Hello, my name is Keith Mallon and I'm a business development leader within our Information Advantage campaign at QinetiQ. Within our campaign, we face a variety of customers, people who work in defence intelligence, in the land domain, within the maritime domain, sometimes focusing on SEMA activity. But what strikes me is that an awful lot of our customers face very similar challenges when they look to technology to give them an information advantage. They're trying to integrate very advanced software and data platforms, and they're trying to match these to ways of working that may have been around for decades or more. And that's why within Information Advantage campaign, we are developing something called the Capability Integration Service. Typically, when we look at information systems, the focus is upon technology. Or it's often upon data. And that's absolutely correct. But there's an awful lot more to consider if we want to achieve true capability from such information systems. We need to focus on a much wider range of things. What are they? There's people. There are the processes that are absolutely inherent to any organization. There's a need for innovation, to do things differently, to address the problem that the end user has. And crucially, there's a need for an end user focus, thinking about what we can put into the hands of the end user that really meets their need. So where does capability integration sit then within some sort of logical stack? I find it helpful to think about this as a bit like an iceberg. The bulk of the activity, the bulk of the investment, will always sit in that traditional layer within the technology or the data platform. And then, on top of that, that's where those core services, frequently algorithms, come in. But it's at the very top of the iceberg, that's where capability integration gets involved. It doesn't take up the lion's share of the investment, it doesn't take up the lion's share of the volume of activity, but it is that crucial tip that without that, well then the other services and the technologies may not come to life. So what does capability integration actually entail? Well, it's a process that can wrap around the entire life cycle of a project, and it comes in 5 phases. In the first phase, at Discover, we work very closely alongside the customer and the end user to really understand the nature of the operational challenge they face or why it is that they need a new technology solution. So that means that we can understand the requirements, deliver them in an agile way, but also to really understand what the business case will be to support that investment. During the second phase, we really get involved with experimentation. We take proof of concept systems, prototypes, candidate solutions, and we work with the end user and the wider stakeholder community to understand what might work and why and how it's actually going to deliver an information advantage. With the discovery and experimentation successfully completed, we can then think about the integrate phase, how we bring together new technologies alongside all of the legacy existing systems, thinking about all of the different interfaces and architectures we need to connect. QinetiQ has deep experience across all of the operational domains in bringing this sort of system together, and we're able to use that experience to connect the systems and all the parts that otherwise might be a struggle to connect. Then it's time to think about operationalising. And here we have long established services in training, in mission rehearsal, in thinking about how we can take new technology systems and wrap them around the workflows and the tradecraft that's been tried and tested. But crucially, we can then think about how we evolve that and make it better so that we can meet the operational demand and tempo that exists right now. The fifth and final phase is where we then embed a system. We then work with the technology providers, with the service providers, and we work also with the customer and the end user to build assurance and to build trust so that when that system is being used in real time, in a real environment, it can be relied upon. Capability integration is a service that QinetiQ is already delivering across a range of operationally vital projects. If you'd like to know more, please contact us.